So this is another sutta from Anguttara Nikaya, the book of five. It's again about Samadhi, because that was the ongoing topic these days. So this sloka says this one actually talks about the nature of an arahat. There is somebody that wants to achieve arahat. So somebody, if I understand correctly, very close to achieving arahat. So the sutta says something like this: in somebody that has clear comprehension, electricity clearness in So basically, if I rephrase it, somebody or yogi in whom sati, clear comprehension and energy or mental effort aspect work properly, that is to the highest level possible. There's no harm, you mentioned somebody devoting all their time and life to the practice, that in terms of noting that we don't leave out even the blinking of an eye, and every waking moment is part of the practice. So somebody of that nature, that is whose aim is arahatship, and either is near to attaining the arahatship or is already an arahat, he has these five kind of things happening to him.
Samadhi, Samadhi is that that is that Samadhi again, you are
and in the sutta, these three factors coming together, they are again called Samadhi, that has these aspects of clear comprehension, sati and energy. So as Lokama said the other day, or basically anytime Lokam talks about Samadhi, Samadhi is not sitting like a rock statue.
Samadhi is the Kalayathanoli, in Aramanol, Terratinati. In Aram, Kalayathanoli, in Aramanol, relatively.
So the nature of true Samadhi, or the yogi true Samadhi, is the objects of the senses don't deceive or trick the yogi.
මේ කායකට ඉතලා
Oh,
ලොකු බණක් මේ ගැන.
oh,
එන්නේ අකුඩලෙදි මොනකට රැවල් තියෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක අකුඩලෙදි තියෙන්නේ යකිලා එනවා යන්නේ සුගාර වගේ.
So anyway, so other thing is no unwholesome thoughts happen to the yogi.
ඒවට තියෙන්නේ නැහැ.
So comes as sometimes you might get thoughts that are unwholesome but they appear like wholesome.
මේ මනස කියන්නේ මේ මනස ගොරෝසු නැහැ.
There is no coarseness or crudeness in the mind.
හොඳම මේ බුරුල් මනසක් ගොරෝසු අද මනසක් නේ.
So the mind is very kind of flexible, weirdly and so on.
හරියට නොගැඹුරු ප්‍රතිපලකින් මම කියන්නේ
So Kamba always says they are like the shallow kind of folding place.
පොඩි බුරුල් සුටි බුරුල්ලන්ට ප්‍රතිර වුණ බුරුල්.
So they say in this shallow fording place means place where you cross the river. So even a very small bird can come there and drink from that because it's like very gradually sloping and it's very shallow. So even for a small bird, it's no problem to go there and drink. But likewise, big creatures can come and drink.
සමාධිය තියෙන එකන ඕනම කෙනෙක් එක්ක ජීවත් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් කාලෙදලා ප්‍රතිකුණයක් දාලා ගන්න දඟක් කරනවා.
So for a person who is to Samadhi, he is approachable and easy to live with and associate with anybody, any kind of person.
සමාධිය කියන්නේ පටිපන්න වර්තමාන දැන් මේ වෙලාවේ දැන් සදාගතයි සමාධිය තියෙන එකන සුඛය ඇතුළ සුඛයෙන් ජීවත් වෙනවා.
So ඒක පළමුව
පළවෙනි කියනවා
අර ප්‍රත්‍යක්ෂාව ඥාන
අතුපන්න
නෑ අර පරිණාම
ප්‍රතිවේක්ෂණ
ඒක කියන්නේ කොහොමද
මේක
මෙයා ඒක ගැන දන්නවා
නේද දන්නවා
තේරෙනවා.
තේරෙනවා.
So these 5 things I mentioned before, for the person is this special kind of samadhi, he has this reflection, understanding or something like that, the translation. So as what that means he knows or understands these 5 things about the concentration. First is that in the here and now he stays in sukha, in kind of comfort or happiness.
ඉතින් දැන් එයා මේ ප්‍රතිවේක්ෂණ කරගෙන ඉන්නේ පච්චුප්පන්න සුඛේ වර්තමාන දැන් පච්චුප්පන්නේ කියන්නේ මේ දැන් කායකට ඉස්සෙල්ලා නෙමෙයි දැන් වර්තමාන.
So now when we say the sukha in the here and now means really now, not like 1 hour ago.
එයා හැමතිස්සෙම සුඛෙන් ජීවත් වෙන කෙනෙක් පච්චුප්පන්න.
So comes as such one is always staying in the sukha.
එයා මේ පරණ අතීත සත්‍යයක් ගැන යාට ඕනේ.
And although this person does not have any need or consideration for the past sukha.
එයාට මේ අනාගත සුඛයකට අවශ්‍ය නැහැ.
Although he has no need an expectation for future sukha. Sukha means like comfort or happiness.
අතීත අනාගතේ සුඛය මැදවුන අනාගත වර්තමාන සුඛය එනතෝයේ සුඛ විපාකයක් තියෙනවා. අනාගතේ මේ නිසා සුඛ විපාකයක් තියෙනවා.
So it is the sukha that is experienced now is a result of some previous sukha.
මේ අවබෝධ කරගන්න තියෙන දෙයක් ඈ.
But this is something that one experience, one has experienced understanding within the practice.
ඒ ප්‍රතිවේක්ෂාව කියන්නේ මේකයි. ප්‍රතිවේක්ෂාව කියලා කියන්නේ මේ අවබෝධ කරගන්න තියෙන දෙයක් ගැන දන්නේ නැහැ. අවබෝධ කරගන්න තියෙන දෙයක් ගැන දන්නේ නැහැ. මම යාත්‍රා දෙන්නේ දුවේ. යාත්‍රා දෙන්නේ ඒ නෑ දෙන්නේ
मैं kan tika so the last bit was about the reflection, understanding of knowledge. It was something like that. Within the practice, certain things happen, and the yogi understands that these things are happening, like the kind of underlying nature of those things.
वर्तमाने थी ना मना में आगे से नहीं में सच्चा करेगा ना अवबोध कर पूजा अच्छे व्यक्ति तब के देखो
एक तो वमना विचार नहीं वाले
मैं वमना में चलाना
so it is like if I am to it's like you understand like the way you are now. Certain things came together one by one up to now. So this reflection, understanding is of that nature. But Lokam, and I asked Lokam says, but you don't do it on purpose. In the yogi, this happens automatically.
Samadhi, Lokam is in Toreka.
So the second kind of understanding is that this concentration is outside or free from the so is free from lokamisa and free from the defilement. So I ask, what is lokamisa? Lokamisa is like worldly gratification. So Lokam said even the fourth jhana is a kind of worldly gratification.
ඔක්කොම බැලුවොත් ඒ සමාධිය ඔක්කොම ලෝකාමය දැන් ඔය කියන අනිත්‍යනවා පොළොවලයන්නවා යටින්නවා කියන්නේ ඒවා ඉතින් ඒවා සමාධි නෙමෙයි ඒවා අභිඥානේ ඒවා නෙමෙයි මේ කියන්නේ.
So anyway, all other concentrations and other states are anyway of the worldly kind.
ඒවා ලෝකාමය
So even the psychic powers or direct knowledge is called abhinyas. They are not concentration, but you use this for jhana to train those. They are still considered as this like worldly kind of benefits. So before the Buddha's enlightenment, already there were some people whose aim was the immaterial attainment, or the goal was that. So even those are considered as this kind of worldly kind of benefit.
ඒකේ තියෙන ප්‍රතිසන්දියක් ගන්නනේ පස්සේ.
So why it is called worldly benefit? Because even those things they lead to relinking consciousness or arising in that at that level.
ඒ සත්‍ය ඉවරයිකම්
Oh.
ආය ප්‍රතිසන්දියට බයි.
And if you manage to end up in that state, once the kind of potential of staying there is exhausted, you drop somewhere else.
දැන් මේ නේරේ ඔක්කොගෙම අයින් වෙච්ච තොර වෙච්ච මේ සමාධියක් තමයි මේකකින් මේ උත්තම පුරුෂයන් විසිනා මේ සමාධිය උත්තම පුරුෂයන් උත්තම
So this number 3 is this kind of concentration is being පාවිච්චි කරනවා කියන එකක් නේද?
සාමාන්‍ය සමාධිය පාවිච්චි කරනවා නෙමෙයි.
मैं इंग्लिशिंग सेवन करनवा एक everything एक किया मैं
ඒකේ ජීවිතය.
Oh, Jivatana, okay. So the word used here is like associate, but in English you cannot say you associate with concentration. It sounds very strange. No? So I tried like something which sounds more normal. So comes as that basic. In other words, means you live in that particular way. So it is a way of living to be found in the highest kind of person.
මට වෙන එකක් කියන්න පස්සේ නෑ. අපි යන්නේ පරිවර්තන කරලා දුන්නේ නෑ. ඒක නිසා
मैं अवश्य परिवर्तन करूँ.
විතින් අකාපුරුෂ කියන්නේ උත්තම පුරුෂ කියන්නේ අකාපුරුෂ කියන්නේ රහතන් වහන්සේ.
Here this documented කොහොමද ඒක තමයි රහතන්. So here the highest kind of person is another word for an arahat. Sometimes the word sevana is translated as practice. So it is like this kind of samadhi is practiced by the highest person, meaning the arahat.
අපි සාමාන්‍ය ආයත් එක්කන සෝතාපන්න සකදාගාමී අනාගාමී වෙනනේ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ සමාධියත් මේ ලෝකාමිතේයි වෙන්නේ. So
now you have stream enterers, bounce returners and non-returners, and when they practice they have also kind of special concentration samadhi, which is like the number 2 says it is free from the worldly benefit or something like that. So that other noble people's concentration is of that nature also. So this, in other words, now we talk about the special concentration that is available only for them, like not the four jhanas and so on, because they are available to others. So this means especially the fruition concentration, which is available to stream enterers, bounce returners and non-returners, and that is also considered as this not of the worldly benefit. But here now it really talks about the arahat's fruition point concentration. So Mahaprabhu says. So Lokang mentioned already in the beginning that this is actually not this kind of Dhamma talk, not really truly for us, but okay anyway.
මේ සාන්තිය මේ සමාධිය සාන්තේ පඤ්ඤේතේ ප්‍රයතන සංහිඳවන්නට ලැබෙන්නේ. Dantan Pamita, Ketan Dantan Pamita Gitati.
Oh. So this kind of, this concentration, this kind of peace and excellence and like alignment or like calming down or of the defilements is attained or achieved.
එතකොට මේ කෙලෙසුම් කෙලෙස් තියෙන්නේ නිතරම සංසිඳිලා තියෙනවා.
So that means this Samsindira කියනවා tempat. So that means the concentration of the nature that always the defilements or kilesa are the word is like settled or like it means like allied here.
Oh.
Ekodigut.
ඒකෝදිභාවය. ඒකෝදිභාවය කියන්නේ ඉහළම ඒකාග්‍රතාවය එකඟත්වයේ තියෙන. ඉහළම ඒකාග්‍රතාවය ලැබෙනවා.
So also through this concentration there is this oneness or like special unification. So Lokam says Eko means like one and Bhava is like nature of oneness or something like that. And now normally the mind has this quality of one-pointedness. So if you have the highest, most refined one-pointedness, that is called like oneness or special unification. So that is also attained or achieved or accrued by this concentration.
සප්‍රයෝග සිටි කියලා කියන්නේ මේක මේ ඒ සමාජයේ තවන ප්‍රයෝජනෙට ගන්නවා.
ඒ වාක්‍ය තමයි මට හරි අමාරුයි.
සප්‍රයෝග
සප්‍රයෝග වචන මම
ඒ කියන්නේ ප්‍රයෝජනෙට ගන්නවා. දැන් මේක විනීත දැන් විනීත තියෙන එක විනීත ඕනවන්නේ නම් කඩේ කෑල්ලක් එළියට අත බියනවා. ඒ සප්‍රයෝගය ඕන වෙලාවට ප්‍රත්‍යනික කියලා කියන්නේ පැමිණෙන වැඩක් නැති ධර්මතා තියෙනවා. වැඩක් නැති ධර්මතා එනවා. ඒ එන වැඩක් නැති ධර්මතා තේරම මේවා නිකහිත සිග්ගහිත භාවය කියලා කියන්නේ ඒක. කල්යාම අත්මේ එකක් කියලා දන්නවා. දැනගෙන උත්සාහයෙන් නදක් නොවේ. එහෙම උත්සාහයේ මේ වලක්වල දැන් අපි තමයි මේ උත්සාහයෙන් වලක්වල මේවා නැති කරගන්නේ. එහෙම එකක් නෙවෙයි කියන එක තමයි කියන්නේ. දැන් අපි
Okay, so this next point is kind of difficult. So we are meditating. So Lokamdu is going to put it in a kind of simplified version for us. So we are meditating. With a lot of difficulty we are practicing. Well, maybe, I don't know, but maybe, probably. According to Lokamdu's knowledge and understanding, the real meditation happens with a lot of difficulty. So, okay, so the last bit, so Lokam says this kind of with lot of difficulty thing is not there for the yogi. So if I paraphrase it, it's something like the useful mind state which are keeping aside useless and defiled mind states and mind concomitants that normally needs kind of lot of effort. So this happens effortlessly. So it's like kind of effortless, practical and defilement-free mind state. So, so in our case, we have to know the thing or think about the thing, consider the thing, knowing this thing is actually bad for me, I should stay away from that. So there is this like some effort needed always to stay away from defilements or reducing the defilements. So for this level of this concentration, the understanding comes, it becomes like kind of effortless. So for us it is a lot of effort and a lot of trouble trying to do this practice. Yeah. So in the mind there is like we have kind of like Lokam says, there is no fear because we have kind of fear of some defilement coming and disturbing us. So this effortless level means he is not also afraid of these things coming because they are not coming. So this is something that happens only in people that practice, but they want to prevent any kind of defilement arising in them. So they can hear something that might produce defilement, so they are kind of like imposing punishment to the ear because they try like not to hear anything that might disturb them. But the Buddha said Pajanati means like clearly or well recognized whatever object is there. Or the other word is Sampajana is like clear awareness of self-understanding. A bit high. So there is this difference between the clear comprehension and the clearly knowing. So that means when an object is there, the yogi clearly knows about it. So in the case of the Buddha, Lokam says that he did not say even one word which is useless. So the Arahats in the Buddha's times, if I understand correctly, the Arahats in the Buddha's times, they used to hear and there and get into different setups and facing all kind of variegated objects, many different objects. But we have the idea that we have to sit with closed eyes in one place, and we think that is the way. Oh. Oh. හොඳයි මමත් මේක දරනවා. පළක අවස්ථාවේදී අර දැන් අමුට්ටු නිසා හිතන්නේ ඉතින් මම නිකන් වැඩක් නැති කෙනෙක් වාඩි වෙලා ඇස් දෙක ඇරලා හැබැයි භාවනා කරා. ඇස් දෙක ඇරලා? ඔව්. ඒ කමන්නේ නෑ අනිත් අය හිතන්නේ මම නිකන් ඉන්නවා හැබැයි මම භාවනා කරා. හරි ඒක හරි. මම ඒකට විරුද්ධ නෙමෙයි මේ කියන්නේ. දැන් මේ මල කොලමුකුත් තියෙනනේ බස්සට යන්නේ. So anyway, so some people that are supposed meditators, when they go by bus, they sit in a way that to show that how they are meditating. So Lokam is nothing against practicing even when you go by bus, But this kind of showing to others how you are a meditating person is another thing. So the practice should be about practical things. So anyway, as was said before, the Buddha, he also used to go here and there all over the place. So the people with more developed minds, they used to travel quite a lot. So the way there, they were dealing with objects or meditation objects, and we go about doing things or keeping our meditation going are different. So the fifth thing is so this part of this is when the sati is there, then truly this concentration can be happening. So it is this සිහිය මෙහෙ සති කියන්නේ. සමාවදිමි කියන ඇතුල් වෙනවා. So this undertaking or starting with this level of samadhi happens indeed through or together with sati. And living with that also happens truly with sati. And also emerging from that happens with sati. So this kind of understanding has arisen within oneself while practicing this. So it's not something external from outside. So in somebody that is practicing, so within one's own practice, this is something that arises out of that within oneself. So for us, it is something that we need to come to one day. So before we come to the samadhi, what we need, something that is a precursor, something needed before you even can get to samadhi is sati. So on different occasions, I gave you already quite a number of similes trying to explain what sati really is about. So one of them is somebody that has truly opened the eyes and is clearly seeing things. So Johnny, do you have or use spectacles?
Sometimes.
Oh, not today.
No, today.
Oh, මට දැන් හරි කරදරයි. කලින් පොත් බලන්න පුළුවන් දැන් පොත් අර කන්නාඩිත් එක්ක බෑ.
දැන් මටත් එහෙමයි. දැන් මම කන්නාඩි විදි කරලා දාලා මට එක විදියට දාන්න එනවා. දැන් මම ඕනේ කියලා විදි කරලා දාන්න ඕනේ. දැන් ඉතින් දැන් මේ කන්නාඩිය දැන් මේ තව කාටිකුත් දාන්න.
Oh. So anyway, so why Lokam mentioned the spectacles was like you take lenses and put them in front of your lenses that are there in the eyes and they help you seeing things.
My Kanadi,
Hmm?
they take Kanadi,
Oh.
like the Kanadi.
So the one kind of pair of spectacles that Lokohamdu had or used to have cost that time 200,000 rupees. Hmm?
Dekai tunang tin. Kado pen na em tunang tin hoje.
Deka tuna makate.
Mewa melen tunang tin.
Eka kanna.
Eka kanna.
Hari. So they were this, I don't know what's called in English. So they were like this multi-purpose lenses where Lokam says there were like 2 or 3 actually different lenses used in one of like bi or trifocal ones like which you can use for different things like reading and seeing in distance and everything. So those were made for Lokohamdu in Singapore. And on top of that they had this feature where they prevent extra light. So if Lokohamdu went to a place where the sunlight was too strong, they became like shade, sunglasses. But if he goes in a place where the light is normal kind of, then they are kind of blue.
Malika Manu, Kapila Mahatya, when Jayakal Mahatya Kanan Yadadin, Mangi and you and a Matepa, made a mother Nikanka.
So if I understood correctly, it was like even now this group of people, including Malika, Manu and Mr. Kapila and Jayasek, they wanted to get this kind of high level, high-tech spectacles for Lokohamdu, but he told them, I am close to dying, just get me kind of normal, common kind of pair of spectacles. Huh? Because no matter how great the spectacles they get, my eyes are always deteriorating and some days it's worse than the other days, so it's kind of. So anyway, so why this talk about spectacles is the Lokam said Sati is like somebody that's properly opened the eyes and can see very clearly, or you can think it's like you getting a good pair of spectacles that allows you finally to see clearly. So like when you put on the spectacles, suddenly you can see. So Sati is of that nature. So what Lokam says, what the function of Sati is really keeping the holding on to and conflicting with the objects. So it does not allow the mind to hold on and conflict with the object. Oh. So there are those two qualities in the mind. One is called avidya and other one domana. So avidya is translated covetousness sometimes in the English translations means grasping or a kind of greedy mind that wants to hold on things, appropriate things. And domanas is translated as sorrow, but it is kind of here dejectedness of the mind. So with basically all the objects available in the world that we always come into contact with, there is either this kind of holding on to or conflicting with them.
ඔය දෙකට ඇලෙන්නේ නැති අරමුණක් නෑ ඔය කරුණු දෙක හැර වෙන අරමුණක් ලෝකේ නෑ.
So basically, normally there is no object in the world that is free from this. So
ඒ දෙකෙන් තොර වෙන්න ඒ අරමුණු දෙකෙන් තොර කරන්න නෙමෙයි. ඒ අරමුණු දෙක දකින්න ඇලෙන එකයි කැටෙන එකයි දකින්න.
So then what happens in the practice, the yogi starts seeing how this always like hanging on to or conflicting with the object happens.
ඒ දෙකෙන් පිට නිතර අයින් කරනවා.
And the mind is always like removed from that.
ඒ නිසා ඒකට කියනවා සමත කියලා.
So when that happens, that is called samatha or so-called calm or tranquility.
සමත කියලා කියන වාස්තවයක්.
So there is big calmness, kind of almost like peace happening in the yoga.
ඔය ලෝකේ තියෙන දේවල් වලින් ලෝකේ තියෙන කාමයන් අයිති ඒවා ලිංගකින් දෙක. එක වචනකින්.
So එක වචන මොනවද?
කාමය.
අයියෝ, then like there's a big problem. Na ඉංග්‍රීසි කාමය වචනයක් නෑ. No, okay, so Loka says the things in the world which means always the conflicting and or grasping, if we call them by one thing, we call them kama. Kama means senses, objects of senses or enjoyment of the senses. So that unfortunately we don't have a good word for that, but let's call it sensuality. So this getting in conflict or grasping of the object, let's call it sensuality.
මේ කාමයන්ගේ මේ හිතට වද දෙන්නේ නෑ. හිතට කරදර කරන හිතට කරදර ඇති කරන්නේ. දැන් මේ අපේ හිතට එක ඒවා රාගේනවා, දේදෙනවා, මොහේනවා, ඊර්ෂ්‍යා, ක්‍රෝධ එනවනේ. ඒවා ඉතින් කරදරයක් නේ. ඒ කරදරෙන් අයින් වෙනවා.
So ඒ කියන්නේ සමථ So the nature of samatha is that normally this sensuality or sensual objects, they always cause some kind of disturbance or trouble for us. So the samatha or calmness or tranquility means you have like temporary relief where these troubles are not happening. So that happens. That's like the job of sati was doing that, and now you have the sati's work and manage that. So sati is like a good person. So because he has managed to remove you from this trouble. So the next thing that starts functioning is sampajanya, or so-called clear comprehension. So Lokam is now quoting this Pali and says this means this once clear comprehension gets established.
සම්පජානනය කරන්නේ මේ සතියෙන් ඉන්න එක්කෙනාට මේ තිරක්කනේ පෙන්නනවා. තිරක්කනේ කොහොම තිරක්කනේ නැත්නම් ස්කන්ධයක් එහෙම නැත්නම් ධාතුවක් ආයතනයක් එතන ඒවා පෙන්වන්න බෑ අර ඇලී ගැටීම් දෙකෙන් ඉන්නකොට. ඒ දෙක නැති කරලා අයින් කරලා සතියෙන් අයින් කරලා තියෙනවා සම්පජානනේ අන්තික දකින්න.
So now if you are within the sensuality or sensual objects, that means always conflicting or attaching or holding on to objects, you cannot see the intrinsic nature of that is the one of the three characteristics. The three characteristics cannot be seen. The fact about the five aggregates cannot be seen, or the sense bases or elements. You cannot see those things. But when the sati removed this holding on to or keeps you away from holding on to and conflicting with objects, these things are kind of uncovered. So that is seeing truly the aggregates and elements and sense bases and three characteristics, and the one that sees or understands those things that are now available or uncovered is the clear comprehension. Nalokam said he suddenly didn't know where we were. So in the talk. So Vailokam thought because he could see from the door, he could see the shrine room, and he understood now it's the time and nobody is there preparing the shrine room. So his mind wandered to something else. He lost his clear comprehension. So anyway, so this is what happened. Nah, para sati or eliminate itu itu. Itu pas. Tilakana datu skanda ayatan.
Skanda ayatan
So then now that is which is called sati and clear comprehension. So the meditating yogis are supposed to be practicing or within the sati and clear comprehension. This is impossible with the external world. It has to be coming from within one's own experience. Or internally. So if I understand correctly, it's like without being engaged with the external world. So because these objects for our practice are internal objects. That is meaning the absolutely necessary things like eating, drinking, going to the toilet, bathing, and something. So now with all of those things, the instruction is do them mindfully. Up to the blinking of an eye, you are asked to do that. Oh, then pela kaya wedding kata kara anit ay. Na alat ki wo hunda ay. Kamak me. Mama amata ke wala tiya na kay. Then it better mata. Anyways, so we are asked to do like eating, drinking, walking here and there. Como serma espelando. So up to the blinking of an eye, do them mindfully. Be in mindfulness. So it is like if you manage to practice like that, then this described kind of samadhi can happen. But the samadhi itself, only the samadhi is not enough.
නම් බුදුහාමුදුරුවෝ මේක දේශනා කරන්නේ නෑනේ මේ උච්චර මහන්සි වෙන්න ඕනේ නෑනේ බුදුහාමුදුරන් පොදුවේ ඔය
So if I understand correctly, look, I'm saying now samadhi is just the samadhi itself. Samadhi means like some level of concentrated mind. So the Buddha did not have to like train for many years just to attain samadhi and explain about samadhi to people. So as was mentioned with the samadhi and clear comprehension, some particular things are seen and understood. So this seeing those things is the thing that we are trying to develop. So if I understand correctly, as you like develop this seeing of these things, then there is in your mind or in the yogis, in the practitioners, there is no interest of external issues. But we mostly live with external things or connected with the external things. So anyway, Lokam does not like to use the word bhavana because it signifies, especially in Pali, very high developed stage of the practice. So it's something like this. You have to meditate to reach the level, bhavana level of meditation.
Then it's like Samadhi,
so there are these. So this path of training is about developing these 5 spiritual faculties. So what we train and try to produce on the way, or the way of training, is making those 5 spiritual faculties arise. So that should be enough for now. So anyway, for meditators, talking is an enemy. So why is it called an enemy? So like Lokam stating the different meditation centers. For a number of years he stays in the Mahasi Center. That time he was young. And then he was with Venerable Pandita. So he met Venerable Pandita or Pandita when Lokam was a teenager, when he was staying here, the Pandita. But later on, when Mahasi Sayadaw passed away, then Lokam, when he went to meditate, then he was meditating under Pandita. So with those people there was no talking and chit-chatting in those places. So in those places actually any like talking was completely prohibited. So that, and not only that. So actually in those places, as soon as you wake up until you fall asleep, you are supposed to be in Sati and clear comprehension. And you wake up with sati and clear comprehension. So comes as this kind of sleeping there also is called as the jaga. So this was the like, I don't know how to say, this was like common practice there was. No talking and just practicing. So Lokam says, if you manage to little by little develop it here also, then it's really only good. So may you be protected by the technology. So anyway, so please be considerate, and unless you have some vital information for the other people, don't talk unnecessarily.